So what signifies the beginning of the festive season for you, the holiday season for you?
When it draws closer to the 20s, you know what I mean? The pressure of trying to make sure you got everyone there thing.
As in like the 20th.
Yeah, around then.
Okay.
We're not early on it.
Okay.
We're not early. We usually not late, but we're not early either. So maybe around the 20s, like it's like okay, cool. Food. What are we doing for food? How are we doing the food thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? How we do it? How are we doing the food? Who's? Yeah, I mean, who's gonna? I usually try to make sure that I'm like that. I got a bit of peas. I buy the food, so that I avoid cooking.
But then, do you know like? So then, like, if you say the 20s, do you then get into like the whole like Christmas present stuff then in the 20s as well?
No, we go together. So we go Dublin. Do you know what I mean? Go Dublin together as a family, and then
Okay.
do that. You know what I mean? We go together, and everyone disperses, a whole dispersal.
Yeah.
And then we come back. It's like, alright, cool. Everyone's got everything they need. Do you know what I mean? Just in case, because I know the fam's already started getting stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just usually go, yo, come, let's go. Everyone, jump in the whip. It's a time to spend together, because you know my family were working all around the clock, so
Right.
you know they might not, the fam might not be working on Christmas Day, but everyone's usually working, and then we all usually go to someone else's crib for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So
that makes sense.
we get to spend a bit of time together during the process of getting gifts, and then we spend time together either on the day or the eve, and then we go visit people them and
Yeah.
have
I
a
guess,
dance.
No, I think that's so. Like, I suppose all of those happen around once we're getting into the 20th of December. That's your
early.
That's your thing.
man.
When I was at home, when I was still living with my folks, it was like whenever we start putting up the decorations.
in the countryside.
In the countryside, exactly, yeah. Because in the countryside, like people go all out with the decorations. Like, I remember we had a neighbor who like their yard looked like, even if it didn't snow, it looked like it snowed. Like they went all the way out. Like, so then once you start seeing it, like, when I'm coming home from school or whatever, you start seeing the decoration, you're like, okay, we're here. The seasons are in full flow out here. But then at home though, I think we usually start putting up our decorations like the second week of December. So once those are going up as well, the house starts to feel and smell like Christmas. It's like, yeah, we're in this season now. You walk in and you're like, oh yeah, it's those like scented candles and that fragrance of Christmas was at home. And then it's like, okay. But now that I'm like, since I left home though, I would probably say for me it also kind of similarly, I think around the 20th of December is whenever we start talking about what are we going to do for Christmas this year. Are we going somewhere? Are we going to visit somebody? Someone's going to come visit, or am I going to go stay home or whatever? So I think that's kind of what it is. Around the 18th, when schools kind of close for Christmas and stuff, and when everyone's at home, that's where you truly feel it, because everything leading up to that is just like pressure and stress then in it. But that was probably around the time when you can take a bit of a breather, but also it's, even when you're busy, it's the nice kind of busy where it's like, hey, I'm doing things that I kind of enjoy doing now. So yeah, I think that's kind of a for me really.
No, that makes a lot of sense, bro. No, my question is, as a family that's rich with so many different cultural traditions, which ones do you value at home? Like, which ones come in, like which ones get grouped in with how you guys do Christmas? What are some things that some households typically wouldn't do, but you guys are like, nah, but this is,
Yeah, you know, like for me, as someone who's from a wealthy background, see what I just did there?
Yeah,
someone
you
who's
are,
from
bro.
a wealthy background,
Trust.
because I have wealth of like families, you know, it's like, you know, because I've kind of spent like time with so many kind of sets of families that whoever I'm spending Christmas with, yeah, the mood is different depending on who you're with. So like some people do Christmas like really out there, and some people are more kind of like chilled and reserved about it. And
Right.
while others are like, kind of like, it's just a matter of spending time together. Like you know, like if I'm with my family in the U.S., for example.
Yeah. So you would have done Thanksgiving now.
What Thanksgiving kind of happens like a month.
Yeah, but as in like, yeah.
So that
You
would
would
have
have
been
done
happening
Thanksgiving around back there.
I never been with them for Thanksgiving because this is it. This is Thanksgiving here now.
Yeah,
so
so
it's like-
when we do Christmas, that's
Today's Thanksgiving, and a month later, Christmas. So then it's a different, you know. I'm hoping I'll get to like kind of experience that as well at some point, where to be with them for Thanksgiving. But Christmas, they actually do Christmas like properly, like with games and everything, you know, the cousins and
Oh
everything.
yeah,
comes.
you done Christmas with them, eh?
Yeah, no.
What
so
was
it's like,
that like?
It was really cool. It was amazing, you know. So the cousins.
Oh yeah,
and
you guys
everybody
did
come
Uno
out.
and all these games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You play
yeah.
games like for the whole night. You know, even doing the, you know, the gingerbread house and stuff, like building that, and then you know the presents the next day. You know, the decorations are lovely, but also like you know they live in a place where the weather is quite almost kind of like Ireland, but like, you could end up having like a 25 degrees Christmas where it's like lovely. So the last time I was there, which was 2 years ago, we spent Christmas on the beach, and which was amazing for me. It was like it's almost like a, you know, like a spring Christmas or something, which was just a great time, you know, family time on the beach, and then coming back home and then eating again, and then maybe traveling to see, you know, the other cousins who are like, you know, 3 hours away. But so it's like
In the A, baby.
you get me.
A-Town, baby, A-Town. Which one's your favorite?
I don't think I have a favorite. I think it kind of like it changes as you grow, as you get older as well. Because I think like, you know, when you experience something for the first time, for the first few years of you experiencing that thing, it's you're intrigued because you're like, oh, this is. You might even think that means that this is nicer or this is. But for me, it's not that really. It's like I really used to love the parties my dad used to do at Christmas because like. That's where I actually kind of learned to kind of like play music and DJ, because I used to be the DJ at those parties when I was like 14, 15, you know? So then it's like, in a way that probably played a huge part in me becoming a musician as well, because it's like, you see how people react to different songs and stuff, and you see, oh, what goes off and what doesn't, and then it's like, okay, what gets some people? Because sometimes it's like, it might be your favorite song, but you're like, that doesn't translate when you play on the dance floor. People are just like, what the heck? Turn that thing off, you know? So can you elaborate on some family traditions that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a mad one. Family traditions, our ones are very similar, MuRli, I guess. That's why we're brothers, I guess, you know? In the sense that, you know, we've probably been the DJs at our family settings for a very long time.
Yeah.
So that means like parties are integral to who we are. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
Which means that you can't just go missing. You're not there. That means that, you know, like people, you know, in our families, they would rather have a great DJ than maybe have something that some other people would think is very important. We'll make sure that, bro, do we have speakers? Do you have a DJ? Oh, bro,
for sure.
Christmas is on.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know it's yours integral as the food. Do we have a DJ? Do we have food? Lit. Christmas is gonna be lit.
Do you know what? Do you know one thing that you might actually forget about? Yeah. For me anyway. Like up until like 11, a tradition was always like the midnight mass was something that you've got to go to because my folks were like Catholic. So we would like go to church till like 1 a.m. or something, and then you come home, and then you feel like, okay, now Christmas is official, you know. So that was something that we had always done, even as kids, because we were just little kids at the time.
Snap! Man missed a turn, bruv.
Yeah. So look, it's all good.
Boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum.
But
shout out to Scanlon's Food Market. Done, no?
Getting a little look in. Is there like a meat that you guys like?
Yeah, like chicken.
So you don't have the turkey?
Nah, bruv, no disrespect to turkey, bruv. Bless up. But, bruv, we just buy a bag of bare chickens and that. You know what I mean? Lovely cooked chicken. Because we prefer that to the turkey.
Right.
No disrespect to the turkey. We can do it because you know you're going to do turkey anyway. Because you're going to go to Uncle such and such, they got turkey. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got turkey. So we don't do turkey because everyone's got turkey. And we don't rate turkey, so it's peace, man.
Is there something that you would like to introduce in your own, you know, when you have your own family, as in wife and children in them?
I'm going to have a bag of children.
A bag?
Beautiful. Bad.
Trust me.
A beautiful
bag of
bad
youths.
bee. Traditions I'm gonna have, bro, no, not really, just joy. I think that joy, whatever joy looks like, you know, whatever joy looks like for my family. I know I was very privileged, like, you know, just like yourself, bro, to have a wealth of family that's about that, you know, that enjoys Christmas in a multiplicity, you know, type of way. So we go from house to house. I just know that especially when I travel back to Africa, as well as, you know, from Clare to Africa, you know, because I got the Connect Shannon Airport thing, you don't know. And when I go to Africa, bro, like I spend Christmas walking around until I come back in the morning. Because everyone's outside.
That's right. That's
and there's music banging.
What you did then.
It's like the whole neighborhood is on a Mazda. So you are not. So we recreate that in Ireland for all of our families by, even though we have to drive, not walk, like when you're in the neighborhood, being someone who comes from the estates in Africa, bruv, it's a whole zoo, as in like it's a mandatory to celebrate life, you know, to be like, yo, I'm alive, I made it through. You know, it's a big moment for everyone.
Absolutely.
So it's something that we treasure highly.
So, what is it about the creative community in Limerick that produces so much talent?
It's on you, sir.
Again, I'll always say, like, you know, the people, I think as a people, we're passionate, you know. I think you probably find it in every other sector as well. When we do something, we're passionate about it. But music, you know, musically speaking, because that's where I am involved the most. I feel like there's a pride of being from Limerick, and I think it's an important thing, you know, because pride is a funny word, but this is one of those instances where, like, pride of like being from where we're from, in spite of everything that could be said about it, everything that people think it is, but you're like, no, you don't know what Limerick is, like, you know. And then I think over the years, we just kind of kept our head down and did our thing. You know, it's not like we were trying to become another city or another place somewhere else. Just like, no, this is it. Doesn't matter what anyone says. This is where we are. We're gonna make this place interesting for ourselves. Even for me, like as a rapper growing up, there weren't that many people who rapped that I knew, right? But then, which what people would be telling me at the time is like, well, if you're really gonna do a rap thing, if this rap thing you're doing is gonna be a thing, you're gonna have to move away, go somewhere else, you know. At the time, you'd be like, maybe, yeah, I guess I want to be famous with this thing that I do, so maybe it'll never happen here. But then you grow and you realize, do you really love this thing? You know, are you really about this music thing, or are you about all the superficial thing that come with it? You know, like are you more about the looks, or are you about the art?
That's
and
right.
I think Limerick is at a place now where we're like, we kind of knew that we weren't getting the looks anyway, so we rather just focus on the art.
We crack on, bro.
We crack on,
We
and
crack
we cracked
on.
and I think to this day
we crack on.
That's it. That's exactly it. We crack on, and we don't. Not only do we make it work, but we make it work to the point where it actually gets the look.